Hello everyone, welcome to Tecmo Super Bowl III Final Edition, the full season, where we are in the playoffs, round 1. And in our last video, we seen the Buffalo Bills beat the Indianapolis Colts 24-10. This game, we're going to see the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Redskins. Now, the Redskins should have home field advantage, but I think Carolina's going to get it because the game's, it's just kind of a design flaw in the game. Same with the Bills and Colts. Bills should have had home field advantage, but the Colts got it. We'll go ahead. First, we're going to take a look at the past. Okay, so originally on my channel, I did Season 1, which was Tecmo Super Bowl on the NES. And as you can see here in the bottom left corner, I don't know if you can see that, but they had a 7-8-1 record in 4th place in their division. Try zooming in a little bit. So they didn't make the playoff Season 1. The Carolina Panthers weren't even existent in that game. So, not much to see this season. Season 2, which was Tecmo Super Bowl on the Super NES, they came in 2nd place with an 8-7 record, right behind the Dallas Cowboys. So Washington got the wild card spot, and they actually had the best wild card spot because you see the Dallas Cowboys had the best record. It looks like the Packers, 12-2-2, had the 2nd best record. The winning percentage was .857. The 49ers, 10-3, they had .813. So Redskins had 4th seed. Looks like the Saints had 5th and the Vikings had 6th. Take a look at the NFC. The Washington Redskins got beat by the Saints in round 1, 14-10. So, didn't have much luck there. Season 3, which was Tecmo Super Bowl II Special Edition on the Super NES, the Washington Redskins came in dead last with a 4-12 record in their division, so they didn't even make the playoffs. So, Carolina Panthers, this is their first season out of all the games I have. So, not much to say about them. So this is Carolina's first shot at the playoffs. Washington's second chance. Last time that Washington played, they couldn't get by round 1. Let's see what happens here. These two teams just played each other too in regular season. It was week 17. It was Carolina at Washington, and the Panthers beat them 24-6. So I don't know now if Carolina's got home field advantage here. That might make it even easier for them to win. But since it's the playoffs, they usually seem to lean towards the team that's got home field advantage. Let's see what happens here. Whoops, wrong button. Computer versus computer. Yeah, looks like Carolina's the home team. Washington had the better record. They should have had home field advantage, but it's just the way it is. I forgot to show the standings for this season. I believe the Redskins were 3rd seed. Or no, they weren't. I think 4th and 5th seed these two teams are. Washington almost won their division. They had the lead there towards the end, but then Dallas took it over, which I pretty much knew was going to happen. Unfortunately, I only have time for one game tonight. And it's terrible. I got off work at 2:30 yesterday. I had plenty of time off work yesterday. I had all day off work today. It is 6:30 at night. I'm finally playing, but I had a pretty busy weekend so far. There's a fumble, and they get it back. Anyway, I'm trying to get my truck fixed. I just bought a truck a month ago. Needs new tie rods, new ball joints, the sway bar was only hooked up on one side. Now the mechanic found a rust hole in the frame, but my brother-in-law said it's easily repairable, so him and his dad just picked up the truck and took it to his place, because they live out of town, not too far, but see, I didn't want to risk driving the truck on the highway, having bad ball joints and tie rods, so they used a trailer to haul it, and it was a tight squeeze because that truck's got 33-inch tires on it. 79 Silverado. That was a pretty interesting game. I just have no idea who's going to win it. And Carolina should win it, considering they already beat the Redskins in Washington. Now they're playing them at home. But the playoffs, they always seem to give home field advantage what they deserve. Now, if this was the NFL, that would be incomplete, because he was laying out of bounds when he caught that. He extended his arms over the out of bounds line to catch that, past the end zone. Carolina with a 7-0 lead. I've been to South Carolina once, 11 years ago. Very different looking when you've grown up, born and raised in Iowa your whole life, and go to some place like South Carolina. It's weird seeing palm trees for the first time, because you usually only see them in movies. It's almost like watching Star Trek. You know you're never going to see that stuff in real life, like shooting hand phasers and those aliens. That's what it's kind of like with palm trees. When you spend your whole life in Iowa, you never see them in real life, and you see them for the first time. It's just a very different experience. That was summer. It was actually July of 2002 when I went down there. Spent a week down there, and it was pretty hot. That was when I was dating my son's mom, because her relatives are from there, so I went to their family reunion. Carolina just might win this game. That's the way it's looking so far. Definitely outplaying the Redskins. Whoever wins this game, I believe, has to go to Atlanta. The Atlanta Falcons, I'm pretty sure, were the second seed team. And they're going to get another touchdown. He moonwalked into the end zone. The Panthers just 100 yards rushing today already. This is unbelievable. Still in the first quarter. wish I had a good running back on my Packer team. One time I created myself in the game, and every once in a while they give you the ability to juice your player up. So I kept juicing up my running speed and hitting power, and it's a pretty good running back. I probably should have done that before the season. I should have created a fake player like myself or something. Auto skip through a whole season, so at the end I could juice my player up, and do that like a few seasons before actually starting the season to record. One cool option about this game is you could switch the schedule. See, like the other games, the schedule stays the same all the time. So if you're like playing as the Packers, whoever you got the first week, second week, third week, each week, next time you play another season, they'll be playing against the exact same teams. This game's got the option to switch the schedule. Injury. Generic player, cornerback, Panthers. There are so many generic players in this game. Whenever they wrote the rosters for this game, there must have been like a lot of players who didn't have the contract signed yet, so they weren't sure if they could add them or not. Maybe they had a hard time reaching them to get permission to use their name or something. I don't know. That's got to ruin your day. Mike Fox. I wonder if it's Michael J. Fox. I like in Tecmo Super Bowl II Special Edition how sometimes a player will jump up and block the pass, and then sometimes a player could catch it. You never see that happen in this game though. Every time it's blocked, it hits the ground. And it looks like they're going to have to go for a field goal. No good. Oh. Should be able to finish round 1 tomorrow. And then do my hockey game, which just comes up after that. I'm not going to move on to round 2 until I get all the round 1 games uploaded. Because it takes longer to upload these games than it does to play them. Sometimes it takes up to like, it just takes hours to upload these games. There's sometimes where I'll start uploading them at night and we'll get like 50%. I'll shut it down. The next day I'll start uploading from where it left off, and might take like 24 hours before I get one video uploaded. Threw it to the wrong team. Once I finish my football season, I'm going to start working on my 500th video upload, which is going to be a kind of like an autobiography video game type deal. I'm going to be showing video clips of all the games I played in order. Not all of them, but pretty much the most memorable games. Explaining all the, like when I played them for the first time with my friends and all that. Which games I used to rent, which the games I used to own. Unfortunately, there's a lot of games I don't have that I used to play back in the day, so might have to look into getting like the Atari 26. I actually have an Atari 2600. I don't have the power cord for it though, but I want to get the games I used to play on Atari, like Astro Blast, Asteroids, E.T. E.T. was a terrible game, but I don't know, when you're like 10 years old playing it, you really don't realize how good or bad games are. Another missed field goal. I actually beat E.T. once when I was a kid, and I can't remember how I did it because I bought the Atari 2600 again like 5 years ago, or maybe a little longer than that. I had E.T., but I couldn't figure out what I did as a kid to beat it. Once I get my car and truck both all fixed up, good to go, I'm going to start working on my Nintendo collection. Someday I'm hoping to own all 792 official NES games. So, I mean, it's not like I'm ever going to run out of games to play, because there's tons of games out there. There's Super Nintendo games, Sega Genesis. It's only got 8 seconds to do something with the ball here. Another look at our halftime stats. Panthers up 14-0. So Washington did hold them to 0 points in the second quarter, so maybe they're looking a little bit better. Panthers are out rushing them 163-21. Redskins are out passing them 77-55. Overall yards, Panthers leading 218-98. Panthers leading first down 63. The Redskins leading in sacks 42, and Panthers forced the Redskins to fumble one time. Panthers are leading time of possession 520 to 440, so going to the second half and see how the game finishes up. There's also a lot of Nintendo 64 games that I can get. We haven't seen very many N64 games at all on my channel. I've seen Super Mario World, I've seen Mario Kart 64 and GoldenEye. was Midway's Classic Hits or something like that. That was pretty much it. I want to get some more Monopoly games, like N64 version, Super Nintendo version, all that, because I did my PS2 version of Monopoly, and that seems to be the most popular video on my channel. For some reason, a lot of people like Monopoly, so... Oh, that's gotta ruin your day. Redskins get it back. I really haven't seen a whole lot of PlayStation games or PS2 games, but I'm more interested in doing like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, all the old time good retro games. I want to go into a pawn shop sometime and just buy every Nintendo game they got. You know, as long as I don't have it. There is a Super Nintendo game I have that we've never seen on my channel. Eye of the Beholder. That's because I can't figure out what to do in the game. And I really don't want to play it until I can at least have an idea of what I'm doing. Looks kind of like an RPG game. The Redskins finally get on the board. If the Redskins can keep it up, they could tie the game up and push it into overtime. That would be cool to see a playoff game going to overtime. Let's take a look and see what the Redskins did in our previous seasons, because we see every team play one game for regular season, except for the Packers. Packers, we see them play multiple games. Carolina, we can't look up because this is their first game. So the first time we've seen the Redskins was in season 1, was week 9. They played against the New York Giants and they got beat 42-3. The Giants won the Super Bowl that season. In season 2, they beat the Miami Dolphins 24-7 at home. Week 5. Actually, there kind of really wasn't a home or road game in that one, so it's kind of hard to determine. They didn't really come out with home teams until last game. Interception. They're going to tie it up. Touchdown. Now that makes the game pretty interesting. Safety. Anyways, in Tecmo Super 2 Special Edition, they beat the Arizona Cardinals 21-8 in Week 7. That game was at Washington. And as I already mentioned, we've seen these two teams play each other this season, and the Panthers beat the Redskins 24-6. That was Week 17. All those games I just mentioned you can find on my channel. Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting if they go into overtime. We have not seen that yet in a playoff game. It's kind of cool because they don't have a time clock. It just keeps on going. Until someone scores. On a punt from the 50. That's going in the end zone. Unless it's blocked like that. So I guess the Panthers would have been better off to go for it on 4th down. Oh. Blah. Who's he throwing it to? One of the fans? That didn't work. 49-yard line. It looked to me like he was on the 50. Look at that. It's right down on the 50. I mentioned so many times in my video. Oh, wide open. Oh. He had a guy wide open downfield and he threw it to a guy that was covered. He deserved that interception. But I mentioned many times in my videos how you never see the ball on the 50-yard line like it says ball on. And for the first time in my life, that video, one of the videos mentioning that, you've seen it. I couldn't believe it. It said ball on 50. So it seems like every time you're on the 50-yard line, it still says 49. Two and a quarter. And doing this autobiography thing, what I'm going to have to do is take VHS tapes and record games. And I'll record those clips with my camera. And I'll go ahead and put them on my computer and show the clips on the screen and talk a little bit about them as I'm playing. So it should be a pretty fun process. Best part about it is I'm going to be playing all these games I love playing. Wide open. And I think the Panthers are going to win this game. Redskins have less than 2 minutes to score another touchdown, but they haven't been doing a whole lot this quarter. They're 70 yards away. 69 yards away. Everybody's covered. Well, I found one guy that was kind of open. Ball on 49 again, even though it looked like... Oh, it might have been the 49. Yeah, it's on the 49 this time. Got him again. 23 seconds left. They go for... I hope they don't go for a field goal. I don't know if the game's that stupid or not. They out of timeouts? Must be. Last play. That is just stupid. They deserve to lose this game. Go for a running play when you're 20 yards away from the end zone. So take a look at the numbers. Panthers led in rushing yards 179 to 55. Redskins led in passing yards 175 to 136. Panthers led in overall yards 315 to 230. And Redskins led in first downs 9 to 8. Led in sacks 7 to 2. Led in interceptions 2 to 1. The fumbles were tied at 1. Panthers had the ball longer 10:54 to 9:06. And due to stupidity, the Carolina Panthers won this game. Redskins should have gone for the end zone there. Passing the end zone, but I guess 16-bit artificial intelligence is kind of limited. Let's look at the quarterbacks. Schuler had 52%, Reich had 35%. So anyway, take a look at the next game coming up. By the way, first we'll take a look at... So the Carolina Panthers are going to... I'm pretty sure the Atlanta Falcons will be the home team there. So I think in the NFC all the teams on the left side are get home field advantage. So you see Carolina had home field advantage. Dallas should have home field advantage against Rams. Falcons should have home field advantage in their game. The Packers should have home field advantage there. AFC, same thing but opposite. All the teams on the right, I think, have home field advantage. So we've seen the Bills beat the Colts, and the Bills are going to go on to play the Raiders. Next game should be Seattle at Houston. And the winner of that game play New England. We'll take a look at standings. First, let's take a look at the standings of these guys here. So, Washington Redskins have a 10-6 record. Carolina Panthers 8-8. So the Panthers playing their division rival Falcons, and the Falcons should have no problem winning that game. But then again, who knows? Carolina might surprise them. Okay, so for the next game, Seattle at Houston. Seattle had the wild card spot, 9-7. Houston won their division, 9-7. Should be a pretty close game. You look at the plus-minus points. Houston's got minus points. Seattle has plus, so Seattle is actually the better team than Houston. Houston was just luckier that the teams in their division were worse than the Raiders. So, if the Seahawks and Oilers were to switch divisions, Seattle would have been in first place, and Houston would have been in the same spot where the Seahawks are. So that should be a pretty good game. I'll go over the history of the two teams, same as I did here. I'll do that in my next video. Show what Houston did in the previous full seasons and what Seattle did. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the game, and I'll see you in the next video.